Nice shot. Yes, 9 shots. That's the way to go.
That will do.
That will do. Yes, nice one. That's the way to go. The pot. Whoa, but not enough. Nice one. Nice one. Woo. Wow. Nice one. 6. Love it, baby.
Celebrating women there playing golf. Well, welcome you on the show, Weekend Sports on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Aji Shafe. Well, it's International Women's Day and we celebrate our women for what they've done when it comes to sport in Nigeria. We know that it's not again saying that they've won more medals. They've won so many laurels for this nation, Nigeria. So we have to celebrate them today, and that's why we have to start with that colorful clip there where our lady golfers actually participated in that competition. But right now we have so many clips that we'll be looking at. But for the fact that we have so many Nigerian ladies, either active or retired in the world of sport, either as athletes, journalists, or whatever they do in sport. Like I always say that whatever you study, you can work in sports sector. But right now, today, we are celebrating our women for what they've done. We'll be mixing it together, giving you information of what's happening or what happened during the week and what will be happening this weekend. Aside that, giving much attention to women, celebrating women in sport. We have a lot of Nigerian women who are into sport, be it administrators, athletes, advocates, and a lot of others who are really trying to see how sport can thrive in this nation. We've seen so many competitions where Nigerian men and women rather participated, and they really shone like million stars, giving us so much accolades to at least reckon with. And not forgetting the para sport women who have done well when it comes to powerlifting, para badminton, and so many para sport. We find so many women doing so well there, and really would at least appreciate them for what they've done when it comes to sport. Not just everybody women, also the para sport men and women. You can see Eniola with a beautiful smile there. Just Chioma Junwa for what she did for Nigeria in 1996 Atlanta Olympics. And not forgetting Mary Onyali, the queen of track. All of them really contributed to the success of sport in Nigeria. So we have to look at that. And we have a lot of them, a lot of Nigerian women that have done well. Be it footballer, you have Super Eagles, Falconet, Flamingos. As we speak right now, Flamingos are in South Africa. They'll be playing against our African team, Botswana, today in the qualifier for FIFA Women World Cup. That's part of the women we are celebrating. Not forgetting the Falconets, not forgetting the Super Falcons for what they've done dominating Africa when it comes to football. And aside that, we've seen our basketball team, the Tigress, in fact, they rule Africa also. The way the Super Falcons also dominated Africa, in fact, there is just round by round. They've done it. 4-peat, winning Afro Basket 1, 2, 3, 4. What a set of Nigerians celebrating the Tigress there for what they've done also in Nigerian sport. You look at the Olympics, Chuma Juwa, that record system 7.12 as the woman that won gold for Nigeria. Despite the fact that the men's football team overshadowed her, but she's still having that record alone as the only Nigerian that has been able to win gold individually at the Olympics. And really, we celebrate Chioma Ajunwa for what she did in 1996. Aside that, we have Tobi Amusan. You remember that lady? Still running anyway. Now, world record holder when it comes to 100-meter women hurdles, and no one can take that away from her. She did it twice in one night, and really a record to be reckoned with. A lot of Nigerian stars blessed to bro.
Tonight will never be forgotten by anybody lucky enough to be here. That was utterly extraordinary. We doubted she could do it again. How dare we? How dare we?
What a moment when it comes to this particular sport of hurdles. You look at Tobi Amusan there for what she did. That lady made us proud that night. Tobi Amusan there for you. We celebrated the women, looking at International Women's Day and celebrating women in sport. Women in sport, they've done well. I mentioned para-sport women. If you check the Olympics or different Commonwealth Games, they've gone there. They won so many medals when it comes to para-sport. You notice a lot of para-power lifters who did so well. Para-badminton, Eniola is really dominating Africa and also at the world stage, rated among the best right now as we speak. We've seen so many Nigerians who are doing so well in para-sport, who are actually women. And in football, Asisat Oshoala, you just have to remember that. African Player of the Year many times. She won it 4 good times, and no one can take that away from Asisat Oshoala. Let's have that moment when Asisat Oshoala actually won the last one she won. That's African Player of the Year. But really, they've done a lot of them. At least this is new ways we could pick out. But really, we have so many Nigerians who have done. Mercy Akide, you won't forget her in a hurry for what she did, and a host of others who really shone like million stars to represent Nigeria at the football level when it comes to international, intercontinental, and also talking about the national team for what they did. Celebrating Nigerian women, we're talking about Tobi Amusan. They've also talked about Asisat Oshoala and a host of other athletes. Well, as it says, when you look at the record of sport in Nigeria, men, we know that men are actually dominant, but when it comes to winning laurels or medals, you give kudos to women because they won so many medals. In fact, if you compare the medals that the Super Falcon actually won, or rather the cup they won, talking about WAFCON, compared to men only won it 3 times, and our women, you can mention about 9 times, if not even 11, triple times that they won over the men, and they made it so easy. So right now we're celebrating them, talking about Nigerian ladies in sport, both active and retired. Is in different sports of handball, you look at netball, you look at swimming, you look at track and field, football, taekwondo, judo, hockey. Mention the sport. In fact, skeleton and bobsled. Recently, remember the Olympic before the last, they went, so about 4 Nigerians led by Shehu Adigun went to the Olympics to compete in bobsled and skeleton, a sport that is not really known to us here. But because they stay abroad, they were able to get to actually run because of the weather there, and they competed, being the first African nation to participate in this sport of skeleton and bobsled. So we celebrate all of them for what they've done in different sports. Even traditional wrestlers, they are trying their best. But right now, Let's look at another lady who really, against all odds, remember what happened at the last competition where she could not compete, but still, she's still representing, as you say. Well, right now, Favor of Philly is still among them. Let's have a clip of Favor of Philly where she actually dominated. Judo, taekwondo, a host, a lot of women that, a whole lot of women that actually represent Nigeria there in different sports. So today is the day we celebrate them for what they've done. Well, we have another Nigerian. Let's just pick at least the one we can pick. There are so many of them. We're talking about Ese Brume. Ese Brume, when it comes to long jump, she has really found her joy there. And she's dominating. She's doing so well. In fact, today, if you think of any competition we are going to, be it Commonwealth, be it the Olympics, or when it comes to Africa, that's African Games, you think of Ese Brume. In long jump, she's really, really good. Commonwealth medalist, and look at what she has done. And right now, she deserves a mention. A lot of them are really done well in their different categories of sporting moment. You just have to pick some out. And now, let's have a glimpse of what Ese Brume does. That's Ese Brume there doing her business of long jump. You appreciate what this lady is doing in long jump, focusing, at least picking from if Chioma Ajunwa could do this. She did that in 1996, winning gold, 7.12 meters left that actually gave her the gold. And then she too, she can do that. And right now she's still doing it, still doing the business against all odds. Ese Brume has been superlative for Nigeria in different competitions she found herself. We just have to at least make a touch on track and field and all of that. And really, Nigerian stars, the women, we celebrate them for what they've done, giving us so many laurels, so many medals, trophies, competitions that they won, and they at least Nigeria name, that's that nation, green, white, green flag hosted, and the national anthem also being at least played there. Well, celebrating Nigerian women in sport. I really appreciate the Nigerian Scrabble Federation also celebrating the women. Not forget the AFN too, celebrating the women, NOC, Olympic Committee, all of them celebrating the women. And really, it's International Women's Day, and women, they really done well. Let's celebrate the brilliance, tenacity, and beauty that each woman brings to the world. And really, if you look at sport in Nigeria, kudos to the women. No matter how we want to look at it, fact is that they've won more medals, more laurels, more trophy than even the men. So we're just trailing them. No matter how it is, they're always there to save our faces, and we have to appreciate them for what they've done. So that's why we're at least looking at the Women International Day. IWD is here, so we're celebrating women in sport. We have so many women journalists who are into sport. We have so many women who are into sport administration. And right now, as we speak, we've seen FIFA Secretary General, the woman that left, as also a woman. We've seen, as we speak right now, CEO of NWFL. We've seen so many women who are really doing so in this particular sector of sport that unites all. As we always say, sport unites all. When you are doing sport, no language, no barrier, no tribalism. Everybody comes together as a Nigerian. Well, just check it out. Anytime we're having any occasion of a sporting moment, Nigerians come together, they hug themselves, and they celebrate these women for what they are doing. Well, right now we've been talking about women, and we just have to appreciate women for what they are doing. Well, hopefully our guests will be joining us from Suleja. At least let's have a woman to talk to us. A lady who has actually seen it all when it comes to sport too. She's a handballer, and hopefully we get her to join us as we are hoping so. Well, as we've been talking about women, maybe we just digress a bit before we showcase Super Falcons, Flamingos in their games for Nigeria. But before then, let's just have a touch. Like I said earlier on, we're going to be interwoven as we're celebrating women. We also take you through the information actually that is transpiring. Well, let's look at during the week. Well, for the week, we know that Eric Chell, the coach of Super Eagles, leads provisional Super Eagles list against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. We play Rwanda on 21st of March, and 4 days later, we face Zimbabwe in Uyo. But right now, let's take a look at that list again after the coach released 39 players. Well, as it is, the goalkeepers, Wabali, Okoye, Obasoge, Adebayo, Kayode Bankole, and you look at defenders, William Ekong, you have Bright Osai, Samuel Bruno, Yemechi, Gabriel Oshok, all of them there, midfielders. You look at Dennis, Chris Santos, Uche, Papadane, Mustafa, forward, Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, Hiana Cho, Boniface, Simon Moses, and you talk about Tolu Arokodare, all of them in this list. So 39 of them, but it will be, the list will be pulled down to 23 by the time all of them meet up over there in Rwanda for them to pick the 23 that will actually prosecute that particular match. Well, just taking you back. But right now, we have to go back to what we're doing, celebrating women. Yes, we're celebrating women. And still part of the women, let's talk about Flamingos. Flamingo will be playing today. They'll be playing against South Africa, Botswana, as they call them. Under 17 women for South Africa, they called Botswana. And Nigeria team is called Flamingo. They will meet today. That should be 2 p.m. Nigerian time, and they will be playing against them. Hopefully, we'll be able to do the business. Right now, the rivalry between Nigeria and South Africa is getting more fierce when it comes to women football because of the fact that we dominated so many times. That's the Flamingos there when they arrive South Africa, with Samuel Eto'o in the middle there with them, welcoming them over there in South Africa. We wish them the best today. As we celebrate women, we are also wishing them the best. Hopefully, they will do well and come back with a win there. So right now, let's go back and at least have our guest who has joined us from Suleja. Teniola Balogun is here with us to talk on the Women's Day and also women in sport. She's a handballer. She's also into sport administration, so also into different facets of sport. So we just have to showcase Teniola Balogun. Teniola, happy Women's Day.
Thank you very much. Happy International Women's Day.
Okay, I love the fact that you add international so that I will not make it national. Okay, so for this particular International Women's Day, we know it's a day set aside by United Nations to celebrate women for what they've done and what they are doing and what they will continue to do, and also trying to look at gender equality and a lot of their rights and all that. But that's not what we are about. We are about women in sport. So let's look at it. You are a handballer. You are also into as a sport enthusiast and different things in sport. So what can you say that sport has done to you as a woman?
For me, when I started doing sports, it was recreational. It was for me, whenever I feel the need to unwind, I would always go to either the handball court or the squash court. If I couldn't find any of those, I'll just find somewhere, anywhere. Even on the streets, they could be kicking football and I'll just join them. It is doing sports is, something that just helps me keep going. It's beyond just the physical activity. It's right now I could literally say sports is a religion for me. It's something that always keeps me going, distracts me, helps me unwind, and I would always say people should do more sports recreationally.
Wow, seriously, sport is a religion to you because you've been able to at least made a lot of impact there. Now, when we look at, before you joined us, I was talking about how Nigerian women have really won so many things for Nigeria. In fact, it's a fact that they've won more medals, more laurels for this great nation, and we just have to celebrate that. We have to celebrate women for what they've done. Let me take you back a bit. We have so many women who have really shone like million stars. We have Miriam Yali, we have Chioma Junwa, Tobi Amuso currently, and a whole lot of others. When it comes to football, taekwondo, handball, Tigress, just to mention a few, there will be one particular athlete that actually inspire you to go into sport. Can you take us through that?
Right now, I am really inspired by Asisa Kushuala. I think she has been one athlete that has shown resilience time and time again. Okay, the ended a couple of months ago, and you could see that even after the league stepped into paper, continued training. This is someone that shows that she wants to offer over and over. I mean, she has won the women. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go on. We can hear you.
Right. So she has won the African Women's Best Player over and over and over again. You would think after all of that she would relax, but no, she continues to push her boundaries, and that I find inspiring.
Okay, Asisa Oshuala has been the one inspiring you. I like that. We just saw the clip of Oshuala winning the African Player of the Year there. Well, as it is, we're talking with Teniola Balogun, a lady who has done well when it comes to sports. And in fact, I still remember how many times she has appeared on the show to talk about sporting involvement in football. I remember you're a Barcelona fan. So I will not take that away. And I know why. Maybe because Asisa Oshuala also played for Barcelona women's team then before she moved over to okay. Women in sport in Nigeria, we've seen some in journalism, some in so many areas of sport. When it comes to women in sport, that we're actually celebrating International Women's Day today, alongside Teni Balogun has actually joined us from Suleja. Well, the issue of gender equality is also a big deal, because when it comes to sport, we've seen where some women are actually advocating for equal pay. We've seen American national team say, okay, they have to approve that whatever they pay their men, that's what they pay their women. And we've seen some nations also trying to fight for that. Meanwhile, if you look at it, some are saying, okay, the speed, the strength of the men, you cannot compare that with the women. So it's quite different. That's why they may not want to offer the same amount of money. So what can you say about this issue of equal pay that has to do with gender equality that women are also advocating for?
All right. So there are biological differences. We acknowledge that. But I think playing sports should be beyond that. I think sports federations all over should focus on promoting women's sports to the point where more people to the point where more people want to watch. I believe that if we have more people watching, you have as much crowd when Manchester United men's team are playing, the same crowd, the same amount of let's say we have 5 million people watching Manchester United men, and if we're able to promote women's sports to the point where 5 million people were willing to watch women the female team too, I think you would be able to generate the same number of sale tickets and the same number of ticket sales rather, the same number of the same amount of revenue and all of those things. So I think what we should focus on right now is promoting women's sports to that point. And once we've been able to get to that point, we wouldn't really be thinking about equal pay, if you get what I mean. So right now, the issue is the under recognition. I know we've come a long way. You watch the Women's World Cup, you watch even the Women's Classico, you see that we have people, for example, when the Camp Nou, before the Camp Nou got closed, there was a Champions League game where Real Madrid women and Barcelona women met, and the stadium was almost sold out. Now, if we focus on promoting women's sports like that, trust me, there would be enough funds to go around, and we wouldn't have to start talking about equal pay or anything like that. So we need to push for more recognition in women's sports, more inclusive policies, and better facilities for women's sports. That's my take.
Good one there, coming from Teniola Balogun. Well, like I said, she's a handballer. Your team, what's the name of your team again? The handball team you play for?
No, Suleja Shooters.
Suleja Shooters. I hope you are not going to shoot me in the studio. Okay. Just throwing some jabs there. Anyway, now, Teniola, grassroots sport is just where you can get raw talent, because without the grassroots sport, we've been talking about the development of grassroots sport in Nigeria, and really, I think to some extent, it's getting better now. We're seeing the National Sport Commission trying to get a lot of things on their plate, how we can develop our sport grassroots-wise. So, liaising that with women, women in sport, grassroots sport, what advice can you give to parents, guardians, concerning allowing their girl child to go into sport? And those women who are already in sport, what advice can you give them?
All right. I'm going to say that parents should allow their children live their dreams. It's really important because at the end of the day, we all have to admit that adulthood is tough, right? So I think the least you could do is the least you could do is enjoy what you're doing. So parents should, pay more attention to the desires of their children. I know that you send your child to school, pay lots of school fees. You want your child to be a doctor or a lawyer and all of that. But today, we all have to admit that football money is way more than all of those. So I think parents should allow their children do sports, especially female children do sports if they want to. And I'm not even talking about recreation. I'm not even talking about professionally. Allow them do sports, even if just for the fun of it. At the end of the day, it's going to help their physical health, mental health, and everything in between. So I think everybody should do sports. Everybody should be encouraged to do sports regardless of gender, regardless of abilities. And I was just going to add that Nigeria should also look into being inclusive when it comes to sports, and should think about promoting para sports. Thank you.
Okay, good one there. Tenela Balogun, I appreciate your time with us on the show. Join us from Suleja to talk women in sport, celebrating International Women's Day. And really, we thank you specially for your appearance. And thank you, hopefully, very soon, you appear live in the studio to show us those skills. Thank you very much. Okay, good one there. We had Tenela Balogun join us. And right now, at least, she has been able to advocate for sport development, women in sports, at least one way or the other. They will still be calling for better treatment and of women, and also allowing women to be in the sport administration, holding those positions, and at least let them contribute to what they've done, what can be done in developing sports in Nigeria. Well, good one there coming from Teniola Balogun. Well, we've been talking about women in sports, celebrating International Women's Day. Right now, I think at least we've been able to do that. Let's digress a bit. We have to digress. And quickly, let's talk about what's happening during the weekend, or what has happened before. Like I said, we'll be moving, making it interwoven. Katsina against Shooting Stars. That game was played yesterday. And we look at the result. Well, it wasn't what Shooting Stars expected or wanted, but Katsina United, they were able to win that game. And right now, they're happy. Let's have it. Katsina United, MPFL, Katsina, they actually defeated them 1-0. That's a good one for them. The game was played on Friday. Amel Taufik scoring that goal at the dot of time, 98 minutes. What can you say? Big one there at the Mohamed Diko Stadium, Katsina. And after that, the table, well, to some extent, it's not really changing, but the fact that Shooting Stars are third on the log, but they played their own match, the 28th. They have 43 points, and Katsina, who won by extra 3 points after they won 1-0, they have 36 points. They were sitting on 33 points alongside Heartland, but now they are having 36 with -2, and you have Katsina United at least standing 13th on the log. That's how it is around the way the table is before they play their matches for today and also on Sunday. Now let's take a look at matches for today and also for Sunday. Rivers United at the Adokia Mesiamaka Stadium in Port Harcourt. They'll be hosting Nagatsanados by 4 p.m. Bende Insurance, Ubemudia Stadium. That will be against Remo Stars, the table toppers. That match is going to be a cracker between Remo and Bende Insurance. Lobby Stars should get size at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, Enugu. That's their new home now against Ikorodu City, the place they call the Cathedral. They host Ikorodu City, high-flying Ikorodu City from Lagos. You have on 9th March, that's on Sunday, Plateau United at home at New Just Stadium. Abia Warriors, you have Amapakabo there against Umbua's coach. Umbua's there. Kwara United, Ilorin Township Stadium, Kano Pillars. Well, that's the match of the K teams, Kano Kwara. Eyimba, the International Stadium in Aba against El Kanemi Warriors. While Nasarawa United host Sunshine Stars of Akure at the Lafayette Township Stadium. Rangers International, Aqua United, another match to watch out for, Aqua versus Rangers. And you have Heartland Bayelsa United. Dan Ayam Stadium in Owerri is a place to be. So if you love to watch MPFL, go out there to all the stadia we mentioned and enjoy some good football there. Well, at least we just have to showcase our own. We continue to push for our own. We talked about the women. We looked at a lot of women in the world of sport, and now we are into men. Also, we look at what happened during the week where we talked about Eric Chell releasing the list of players that will be prosecuting the games against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Well, we talked about Flamingo playing their games today, but at least let's touch on, before we open phone line for Manchester United versus Arsenal. We're going to talk about that, at least take some calls or WhatsApp message. But before then, let's not forget to talk about UEFA Champions League. Yes, it happened during the week. First leg of the round of 16 UEFA Champions League was also played, and we look at it, the first leg, where some teams actually surprised some, while you also look at Europa, we also look at Conference League result, and Team of the Week, back to back of those stories. Hopefully, let's have it, starting from the UEFA Champions League result, where Club Brugge lost against Aston Villa, Real Madrid 2-1 against Atleti, 7-1 coming from Arsenal, despite not having Bukayo Saka, they banging in the goals. Dortmund lead 1-0, Feyenoord, Inter Milan 2-0, Paris Saint-Germain, they lost at home 1-0 in favor of the Corps. Leverkusen against Bayern 3-0, Benfica, they lost against Barcelona in that encounter, where some players stood out like Pedri. Well, right now, that's what happened during the week in round of 16. Let's take a look at UEFA Europa League, where AZ Eichmann pipped Tottenham Hotspur 1-0, 3-1 against the team from Romania, FC Steaua Bucharest. Fenerbahce lost surprisingly to Rangers, where our own Siri Dessa scored a goal, although 2 chalked off. You have Sociedad against Man United 1-0, Ajax 1, Frankfurt 2, Olympiacos got beaten 1-2-3 goals by Bodo Glimt of Norway, Roma 2, Athletic Club 1, and Victoria Plzen, where Rafael Durosimi scored 1, but it wasn't enough as they lost 1-2 against Lazio in the Europa Cup. Let's look at Conference League, where games were also played. Copenhagen of Denmark, they lost against Chelsea. Chelsea right now, they've done the business. Second leg will be tough for Copenhagen to be able to do it. Molde 3-2 again. Ligia Warsaw of Poland, Fiorentina, Panathinaikos 3-2, Real Betis 2-2, Burak Serge from Slovenia. You have Burak from Bosnia Herzegovina against Rapid, and also Lugano, Saku Brugge, Jagiona from Poland, Pafu from Cyprus against Jogadi of Sweden. Those are the results: 1-0, 3-0, 1-0 also. Well, let's take a look at players of the week in the UEFA Champions League. That's the you look at the week. Fantastic performance from Alisson Becker, the goalkeeper of Liverpool. Relation like million stars. Got the man of the match, and he deserved to be at least nominated for this. Team of the week at the back line is Emre Can, Borussia Dortmund. You have De Cooper. You can't take that away from that player. Pavard also there. Timber for Arsenal. Odegaard, Pedri, Rogers, Rafinha, Kane, and Rodrigo. Those are the players that made the cut. 2 Arsenal players. That's a good one for them, and they were able to at least make the team of the week. Just taking you back the world of what happened during the week. Okay, let's just quickly do this. At least can have 2 fans to be able to call in. Let's have it. Focus. Manchester United, Arsenal, and also the phone call there. Okay, let's have it. If you think your team will win this game, Man United, Arsenal. Man U fans, where are they? Where are they? Okay, let's have them. Arsenal fans, I know you guys are doing like this. At least you have hope that you can beat Man United. Never, ever been so proud about it. Man United can actually spring off a prize. Amorim is cooking. He's cooking something with his team. I'm going to see what happened on Sunday between the 2 teams. So let's take at least 1 or 2 calls or WhatsApp message for us to be able to talk about this game, Manchester United versus Arsenal. While we're expecting your call, maybe we look at head-to-head of the 2 teams. Then we can have it there. For right now in the Premier League, we have goals scored, 3 goals by Manchester United, 51 by Arsenal. You have it there. Season so far, you have Manchester United starting 14, Arsenal second on the log. You have total points 33, 54 points by Arsenal, 33 for Manchester United. Still looking at the head-to-head before we open the phone line quickly. Let's have it. All competitions, they've met 205 times. Man United won 86, Arsenal won 71, draw 48 times. And the third one, let's look at another set of the head-to-head. Manchester United have lost their last 4 Premier League games against Arsenal, their longest losing run against the Gunners in their league history. Arsenal won this exact fixture 1-0 last season. They have not won consecutive away league games against Man United since 1979. And the last one on the head-to-head, talking about Arsenal have scored in each of their last 10 Premier League away games against Manchester United, having only managed to score 10 of their first 22 visits to Old Trafford, while United have won 99 of their meetings with Arsenal in all. Well, you look at it, it's the Gunners' most defeat against an opponent, with the Red Devil have only beaten Aston Villa more, 106 times. Coming back to the studio, let's have it. Phone line is there. Call us, and when you are calling, please remember, stay away from your TV set. Tell us your name, your location. Can Man United win this game, or Arsenal? They deserve to win? Do you think Arsenal deserve to win this game because of the way Man United are playing right now? Or you think Man United have what it takes against all odds? No matter what is happening against them, history will always favor them, right? You believe in history that they will beat Arsenal? Don't forget that 8-2 last time. Okay, that's football, but anything can happen. Tables always turn. Arsenal right now, if you look at it, if you want to judge it by performance, you want to pick Arsenal over Manchester United because they are standing 14th on the log. That's not, that's unbelievable. But football can just be unpredictable right now. So for Arsenal, they are second on the log, and they are hopeful that they can also do it again against Manchester United. So we want to at least give chance as we celebrate the women. Maybe WhatsApp message, because it's as if network is always kind of a big deal. But as it is right now, there is a chance to have. We can have WhatsApp message there. Looking at this too. Okay, we have a caller who wants to make his own point. Hello, are you there? I wish this is a woman. Hello, are you there? Okay, okay. Women also. I know a lot of women support Arsenal. Yes, a lot of Nigerian women support Arsenal, and Manchester United fans, women. I know most of them support it because they have their brother, their husband. Let's take a look at this. We are celebrating women. So support Arsenal, support Man United. Colin, let's have your view. Who do you think will win? Man United or Arsenal? The caller there, although we lost that call there. So, okay, we're still hoping that we can take just at least 2 or 3 to buttress on this. Who do you think will win this particular big one coming up this weekend between these two teams who really have a lot of history behind them? When you look at it, I still remember when Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger were around. Okay, we have a caller. Hello, are you there? Can you please turn it down? Turn down the volume of your TV set. Turn it down. Okay, we can hear you now. Hello? Okay, I know you want to hear yourself, but please, just do us, at least, both of us, do us a favor. Turn the volume down, or you stay away from your TV set, then we can hear you easily. Okay, we're talking about Man United, Arsenal, a lot of history behind the two teams. I remember taking you back to when Ferguson and Wenger was there. It was a moment that both of them really cherished, and those two coaches brought lots of history behind those two teams, and they are meeting again this weekend, precisely on Sunday. Arsenal, Man United. Who do you think will win this battle? Manchester United, can they beat Arsenal despite what they are facing? Holding on to it that yes, we are always on top, or for the fact that Arsenal are better now when it comes to performance of the whole season, you want to tilt towards Arsenal. Arsenal fans who are women in Nigeria, I'm expecting your call. Let's celebrate your team with you and also celebrate the women. Okay, hello, are you there? Hello? Hello, we can hear you.
Hello.
Okay, good to have you on the show, Weekend Sports. Hello? Can you hear us? Okay, seems like I said, network is not our friend, but hopefully we can still be lucky that we can have 1 or 2 that can still make it in, and maybe if you cannot make it, WhatsApp is there. Maybe just make Arsenal will win. Okay, we have someone. Hello, are you there? Hello? Okay, well, seems A lot of people want to actually. I know we have so many fans of Man United, so many fans of Arsenal who really wants to contribute. But you know the way it is. This is Nigeria. Network is not really our friend. They are trying to see how they can make it and calling to at least contribute to the studio, especially Arsenal women, Arsenal fans who are women. They really want to make contribution because. Okay, let's have it. Hello, are you there? Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good to have you on the show. Please turn it down. Turn your volume down.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, let's have your name and your location.
Okay, my name is Ali Ismaila.
Okay, from where?
Yes, I hear you.
You are calling from where?
I'm coming from Nasarawa State.
Okay, how is Lafia?
Yes.
Okay, Man United Arsenal, who are you staying with?
I think Man United.
Are you a Man United fan?
Yes, I'm Man United.
Oh, up Man U. Up Man U, right?
Yes.
But you guys are struggling to some extent. You are 14 on the log. So I don't want to at least I need to make you happy. Up Man U.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go on. Okay, can you please turn your television, can you turn it down, the volume? The volume, turn it down, please. Aliyu.
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, go on. Man United Arsenal. What's the scoreline? You said Man U will win, right?
Yes.
How many goals?
I think 3-1.
3-1. Man U. Who is scoring for Man U?
I think Joshua Zigzi.
Okay.
And Ganacho.
Oh, Ganacho, Zaxi, and who?
And Eddie Maguire.
Ah, wow, that's a good one there. You are a real Man United fan. So, once again, up Man U. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Thank you so much, Aliyu Ismaila from Lafia. Well, you're lucky caller there. Thank you so much. Well, at least a lot of people have been trying to call him, but network has really been an enemy today. Maybe he doesn't want us to celebrate because a lot of Arsenal fans will have called in to bombard Manchester United. Maybe, if we're lucky, one more caller. Okay, we have someone there. Hello, are you there? Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Okay, good to have you on the show. Weekend Sport, your name and your location quickly.
I am Gambo Luka from Taraba State in the local government area.
Oh my goodness. I like the way you actually saying it one by one. Gambo Luka from Taraba State.
Yeah.
So who are you supporting?
I'm supporting Man U. Man U will win.
Oh, you are a Man U fan too?
No, I'm Chelsea fan.
Seriously?
Yeah.
A Chelsea fan supporting Man United?
Yes,
okay, I know the reason. I know the reason now. Chelsea Arsenal, right. London enemy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who is going to score for Man United?
Huh?
Who is going to score for Man United to win the game?
I think this guy called Ganacho.
Okay, Ganacho. Okay, Ganacho will win. Okay,
will score today.
Okay, and I wish your team also win, Chelsea.
Yeah.
Okay, good one.
By God's grace, win tomorrow, 2-0.
Wow, that's a good one there. Gambo from Taraba, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, calling on from Jalingo there. Well, Gambo just at least was able to get in there. We just have to go. Thank you so much. Okay, we've been talking about Manchester United versus Arsenal, at least successfully. We got two callers, even though Neto wasn't our friend, but we're still able to get two people to talk to us that Man United will win 3-1, according to the man that come from Lafia, Aliyu, and Gambo said Garnacho will score for Man United and they're going to win against Arsenal. We wait to see, maybe they will win, but still celebrating the women as it is right now. Today's their day, International Women's Day, IWD as they call it. We had Teni Balogun join us from Suleja to make our point about advocating for more hands, or more support rather, for women in sport. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, Weekend Sport, celebrating women in sport, and right now wishing them the best. Happy International Women's Day. I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.